The Tuesday, March 2nd, 2021 meeting of the Danville City Council to order. Madam Clerk, roll call to establish quorum, please.
Mayor Ricky Williams Jr.
Present.
Alderman Robert Williams.
Present.
Aaron Trolia.
Present.
Jerry Pickering.
Here.
Michael Kane.
Here.
Bob Iverson.
Here.
Rick Streeting.
Here.
Mike Ford.
Here.
Darren York.
Here.
Sharon McMahon.
Here.
Brenda Brown.
Present.
ATU. RJ Davis. Dan Duncan. James Bouchard.
Present.
11 present.
11 present, the motion carries. At this time, we will have the invocation led by Alderman Brenda Brown, followed by the Pledge of Allegiance. And Mr. Simon, if you want to head down this way in just a moment, because right after the approval of the minutes, you'll be up, sir. Go ahead, Alderman Brown. Thank you.
Okay, let's bow our heads. Most gracious and heavenly Father, we thank you for this day. We thank you for all blessings received. Oh God, now we ask that you bless our aldermen that are missing due to illness. We ask that you continue to help us and keep our mind set with the COVID so that we don't get out of sorts getting anxious for this to be over. We know that you know about it and that you said you never leave us alone. So let us keep our mind set and focused on you. Father God, we pray now in the name of Jesus and ask that during this meeting, you will give us wisdom and discernment with all that's said and done, and that it be pleasing to you. We ask that you continue to bless this great city of Danville, and that we do what's pleasing to you. Thank you for those that are present, those that are not. We ask you to continue to bless them with good health and bless their families. We thank you and these other blessings that you bestowed upon us. We thank you for them as well. In Jesus' name we pray, amen.
Amen.
All right, if you would please rise to the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States
of America,
and to the
to the
republic
republic for which it stands,
one
one nation, under God,
indivisible,
with
liberty and justice
for all.
I tell you, I can't wait until we can all say that together in person again. Alderman Brown, thank you for that prayer. At this time, you have the minutes before you of the February 16th, 2001 meeting. Is there a motion to approve those?
So moved.
Been moved by Alderman Trolia, seconded by Chairman McMahon. Any discussion? All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, same sign. All right, we do have, we have approved minutes. Is there a motion to approve the agenda?
Can you repeat that?
Is there a motion to approve the agenda for this evening?
Move.
So, yeah, second, York.
Been moved by Vice Chairman Brown, seconded by Alderman York. Any discussion or debate? All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
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 Any opposed, same sign. At this time, we do not have any proclamations this evening. However, I do have an appointment to make, an official swearing in to do for our Corporation Council, Mr. Simon. We're so excited. He has been with us exactly a 1 work week as of today, and we have worked him nonstop. But he is doing a phenomenal job and getting along well with everybody. So we're glad to have him, and I'm happy to officially swear him in this time. Mr. Simon, if you could. Sir, please repeat after me. I, James L. Simon,
I, James L. Simon,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution
that I will support the Constitution
of the United States
of the United States
and of the state of Illinois,
and of the state of Illinois,
and that I will, according to the best of my skill,
according to the best of my skills,
ability, and judgment,
ability, and judgment,
faithfully and impartially,
faithfully and partially,
and perform all the duties enjoined upon me
perform all the duties enjoined upon me
as Corporation Counsel
as Corporation Counsel
of the City of Danville,
of the City of Danville,
County of Vermilion,
County of Vermilion,
State of Illinois,
State of Illinois.
so help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations.
Thank
sir.
you.
Welcome officially on board.
Thank you.
Woo.
all I need you to do now, Jim, is I just need you to sign that, and Lisa will then sign and affirm that for you, and one copy will be for you, and one copy will be for her.
Thank you, Mayor, for your kind words.
Absolutely.
And my first nearly full week, I have said to a number of people here in Danville, everyone, thank you. Everyone that I have met, I am absolutely amazed at their dedication and their passion, not only for the city of Danville, but certainly and especially for the work they're doing here in the city. You all, the mayor, and frankly, we all are blessed with outstanding people. It's wonderful to have the opportunity to work.
Thank you. Appreciate you so much, Council.
Should I go back to me?
Yes. And that way I don't have to wear this thing the whole time. Wonderful. Are there any reports of boards, agencies, or commissions this evening? Are there any reports of boards, agencies, or commissions? All right, seeing none. Items of information, a couple of things. First of all, I apologize. I missed a birthday last week. Alderman McMahon, we hope that you had a wonderful birthday, and happy belated birthday to you. And we know that you did something fun because you're just returning from the tropics, so.
Yes. Had a great birthday. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Also wanted to say that we continue to make progress with our demolitions. A couple of the ones that I mentioned to you last time have started, so we're really excited about that and thankful for that taking place. Wanted to let you know that Reverend Davis, as Vice Chairman Brown said, is out of rehab. He has been to see us 2 or 3 times now. Today, when he came, he was he seemed a little bit weak to us and kind of halted breath and such. So thankfully, our clerk and deputy clerk were able to convince him that he should go home and relax, and that we would continue to take care of the business of the city. So, but otherwise things are coming along quite well. Also, before I forget, tomorrow we will be doing promotions. We have 2 gentlemen who will be promoted to assistant chief. That is Jerry Sparks and Tim Heinrichs. Then we also have 2 individuals who will be promoted to captain. They will be promoted at 9 o'clock tomorrow. So if you'd like to join us, we'd be happy to see you there. We have asked families to limit numbers. That way we do have room for a few of you if you'd like to be present. So please feel free to join us. So really, really excited to have you. And our lieutenants our captains will be Sean O'Kane, so congratulations to you, Alderman O'Kane. Sean will be promoted. And then the other one is Justin. Oh my, this is terrible. No, Justin's already a captain. Busick. I think it's Chat. No. I am so sorry. Please forgive me to the lieutenant who we're promoting. For some reason, his name escapes me. I believe it's Justin, so forgive me. They're still in, and I apologize, Chief McMasters and Chief Yates are still downstairs in their police and fire board commission meeting, so that's why they're not on with us yet, so that he can help me out there. Okay, all right. Well, I am really excited. We have with us a team from Carl who are going to give us a presentation about the changes that are becoming soon on that project. So we're really stoked to see what they have to say. I'm not sure, Nick, Caleb, which one of you would like to introduce your team?
I'll take that, Mayor.
Okay, very good. Everyone, go ahead, sir.
All right, great. Thank you. Good evening. Thank you for allowing us to be on your agenda tonight. We appreciate the great service that you provide the city of Danville, and we are certainly excited to share with you a progress update on our project for the city of Danville. Joining me tonight is Nick Crompton. He serves as our Executive Director for facility projects at Carl. He's very integral to this team. I also have Dr. Tim Manili. He's the Medical Director for the Eastern region of our service area, which is cover the city of Danville. He's a practicing clinician over in the, on our Danville campus. Heather Tucker, which many of you know, she serves as our director for the Danville clinics, as well as the Hoopeston Hospital. Leslie Whitlow is our vice president over ambulatory care, which she oversees all the Danville locations. And then we've got representatives from our marketing department, as well as members from the architectural and design team that's helping us with this project. We've made a significant amount of progress over the last few months, so we asked the mayor if we could come and share a few of the updates that we have related to the project, but also wanted to share with this group the many things that we're doing within the city of Danville. When we brought this project forward to this group, many months back, prior to COVID, we talked about we've been long-term partners with the community around healthcare for many, many years, and we know that there's opportunities that we have to, to enhance the services that we have, and we want to be better. We want to be able to start providing more services within the community. This project will help with that. We've already started that, even without our building being in place, and we want to share a few of those things tonight, and then get into some of the details for this project in particular. As I noted, we want to be the solution. You can see that we want to collaborate with other providers, other healthcare entities within the city of Danville, Vermilion County. We want to partner with obviously research and teaching organizations, community organizations. We've been very Vermilion Advantage, Crosspoint Healthcare, the DAC, the District 118, many of the other community organizations. We can name them all. Because they've been very instrumental helping us advance some of the things that we're trying to accomplish within our mission to improve the health outcomes of the Vermilion County. Nick, I don't know if you advance the slide. So as we talked about, we want to be the solution. These are the things that we're taking action on. We've expanded community health initiatives, our program over to the city of Danville. This is something we've had in place for a long time within Champaign County. We now have a mobile health clinic stationed at the Salvation Army on a monthly basis that allows our community member or your community members to have access to addiction recovery services, primary care services, and we also offer lab services on that mobile clinic. We stationed that at the Salvation Army so we could, really start to help provide additional services to the underserved within the community. We've also done a significant amount of outreach to the faith community leaders, making sure that they understand what we're doing on the community health initiatives front, making sure they understand where the mobile clinics can be at. And then we want to continue to evaluate additional collaborations with them. We truly respect the service that they provide the community of Danville. And we know that we can reach many, many people through our faith community leaders. We've also, over the last few months, as they rolled out the distribution of the vaccine to healthcare entities, we set up a COVID vaccine clinic at the Village Mall. I wish we could say that we've administered as much vaccine as we wanted to, but that's been a limitation that we've seen on the state of Illinois side. We've done a bunch of advocacy. We've worked closely with the public health department. We've had our chief medical officer on the phone with the medical director for the state. We're doing everything we possibly can to get as much vaccine to the community of Danville and Vermilion County as possible. We hope that continues to pick up. It's not for the lack of resources on the Carl side. We want to put we'll put every person that we need to over there in order to administer as much vaccine as we can within the community. Because I can speak for all of us that we want to put this pandemic behind us and get back to a normal life. And the only way we can do that is to get more vaccines into our community members. We've been partnering closely with the Danville School District. We're looking at a collaboration around our mobile health clinic to help with providing students return to school healthcare needs. We have not finalized everything on that, but we do plan on to have that in place, hopefully in the fall with the collaboration there. We also talked about how this medical campus, can start to create economic activity within the community. And one way to do that is to expand healthcare jobs. We want to start doing some of that right now. And we are working with the District 118 around a fall job fair. Talk about, these are all the great things that we can offer at Carl, at other healthcare entities within the community, and, start to have, high school students, community college students start to thinking about how they can have a career in healthcare. There's endless amounts of needs for healthcare jobs within our organization, OSF, the Public Health Department, and we want to be at the forefront of creating those. We also know, part of Danville's challenges with healthcare is around mental health. It's a huge issue within the city of Danville, and we're trying to become a solution to that. We'll be offering in the coming months mental health services or enhancement of mental health services within our primary care departments. We will be extending a licensed clinical social worker to help with those handoffs from primary care to those social workers so they can start to receive the services they need immediately. We've also been talking with multiple agencies within the city of Danville on how we can partner together, Crosspoint Healthcare being one of them. We also received a grant for the Department of Human Services around creating Central Illinois a regional development center for addiction treatment. A lot of this is around getting additional providers able to prescribe Suboxone, which is a treatment method for people with opioid addictions. We do, as I mentioned, we do have our mental health addiction recovery providers coming over on the mobile health clinic. And so those individuals that need that support, they're getting directly connected with the addiction recovery specialists. So we continue to build upon that. That's over $1 million grant. That's going to be a significant amount of resources we can provide the city of Danville. And we're working closely with the SEP-UP organization to promote and make sure the community understands those services. And then one service that we also offer, but it's also offered by many of our behavioral health non-for-profit organizations in the city of Danville, is mental health first aid. This is making sure lay community members get the training they need to identify when someone needs help, understand when someone's at a risk for a mental health issue or they are going through that. We're trying to train as many people as we possibly can, but we also know that there's others within the community that are providing that service. So we're trying to make sure we all play a role in that, and we're targeting groups. So I wanted to share this slide, one, because like I said, the project that we're bringing forward is more than just a building. It's a continued commitment to the city of Danville. It's about changing the health outcomes and making sure that we're improving those year by year, day by day. And so I hope this kind of reiterates the commitment that we've shown, that we'll continue to show, and we'll make sure that this group, as well as the whole community, is updated on our efforts, because it's important to us, but more importantly, it's important for your community, and that's what matters to us the most. So as a project update for the medical campus, we wanted to share a couple of the milestones. We were delayed, unfortunately, with COVID. As a healthcare organization, we had put some things aside for a couple of months, particularly last late spring and early summer, just to address a lot of the things that we had to mobilize to get in place to make sure our patients received the care they needed, and tying into COVID. So it delayed a project for I'd say probably 3 or 4 months. We did try to do as much as we possibly can as we were kind of working through those things, but we did have a little bit of delay in the project. But I'm happy to say that we're full speed ahead again. There was never any doubt with the project. There was never even any pullback on commitment from our senior leadership team, as well as everybody within the Carl organization. And so we were happy to share that we're moving things along pretty nicely. We're about done with the design of the building. We're getting very, very close, as well as the external aspects of the medical campus. We're expecting to receive our certificate of need approvals to get those finalized over the next month or two. There's 2 aspects of that. There's a medical office building approval, which we actually received approval today, and then we also have a approval for the Danville ASC aspect of it, which we should be hearing, like I said, over the coming months. There's a few things as it relates to the intersection work that we talked about as we brought this project forward last year. Those were first associated with the Madison Gilbert intersection. Those, the new signals, everything will be working and completed by May 1st. We've been working very closely with the city around that. And that's our target date to have everything done on that part. After we're done with the, that work at that intersection, we'll move on to Madison Chandler, and that'll be a multi-phase renovation intersection for that intersection. That will lead us up to hopefully continue to move through all the other things that we need to get the medical campus in place. We're expecting a groundbreaking in summer of this year. We have to wait until we get full state approvals until we can put a shovel in the ground. But as soon as we do that, we're going to start to turn that cleared off site into, you're going to start to see dirt being moved. We hope to have a ribbon cutting late 2022 and then occupancy as early as in 23 as possible. Hopefully this moves up, but we feel pretty comfortable about that timeline that we have on the slide today. We hope, like I said, hopefully it's earlier because we're anxious to get in there and start, providing enhanced services within the community. Wanted to share, kind of reiterate back to when we presented this project, some of our guiding principles we had around it. We wanted to create a unique campus destination, and with that unique campus destination, it was around doing some unique things outside of the building. One was to create a community plaza that creates identity and sense of place for the campus. We're going to have eco-minded landscaping for beauty and stormwater management. We also wanted a dedicated event space so we can start to host community events. We can also have other nonprofit organizations or even the city to help with some of, or have a space that where they can, bring such things as a farmer's market or any other, outdoor events that we could have. As it relates to health and wellness, we also wanted to make sure that there's access to nature, connection to Ellsworth Park. We'd like to tie into, as we make the city looks at renovations for Ellsworth Park, how can we do, make sure there's a tie into the medical campus. We are working closely with our design team around how we can have community gardens. Within the Champaign-Urbana markets, as well as other markets, we've used those community gardens to bring those products to our underserved to help provide them with healthy food options. We have a mobile market that we have with our community health initiatives over here in Champaign-Urbana, and we partnered with a local group and to make sure that those are healthy food options are being provided to those of the underserved that a lot of times don't have access to that, and they truly need that in order to maximize their health. And then finally, the last part was the commitment, the connection to the city of Danville, obviously tie in with the Vermillion Museum. How do we also start to have some retail and commercial development improvement along the lines of the Gilbert intersection there? We're going to start, we've started to connect with retail and other, prospective community business leaders that might want to have a small business there. How can we create, whether it be a strip mall or other retail to help kind of drive additional business to the community, as well as also have local options for our, not only for our team members that are going to be employed at the clinic, but also for the other local businesses, within the city. And we also continue to evaluate as we look at the design, how can we incorporate aspects of the city of Danville within the building. We have not landed on any finalized plans with that, but as we kind of incorporate those things, we want to make sure we bring that back to this council, as well as get input from the city on how we can create, make sure this building's tied into the culture and the, to really the identity of the city of Danville. We got a nice video here that our architects and our design team put together. That's going to be about 1.5 minutes, and Nick's going to play it here. Hopefully it works.
Oh, yeah.
I just now got it.
We had a backup option, so. Nick, just let me know if you need me to pull it up. Nick, you want me? I can pull it up.
All right, go ahead.
Okay, let me know if you guys can't see. Can you everyone see that?
Like plugging in with the same.
So many thanks to our design team at Kaler Slater. They're the ones that helped us put that together. Next, we'll pull up our presentation here just to continue on with it. Want to summarize that, kind of share something, final things with the council. We kind of lost it there, but you have it, Nick. So we want to make sure that the community as well as this council is kept informed. So we're going to do that in a variety of ways. We have a carl.org website where the community, we're going to push this out via social media as well as other mediums to be able to connect with them. If it's this About Us improvements, there's a link on there that we're going to direct out to the community where if they have thoughts on this project, not just within this council, but any community member can reach out to us and provide direct, comments to us about this is what we'd like to see within the building. This is what we'd like to see within that community space. These are the things that when we go to a Carl facility that we have challenges with, we want to receive that input. So we do have that link. We also will be a direct link on this web page that allows them to be able to have access to that video that you just saw, as well as new renderings and other campus project updates that we have. For a lot of facility projects, we'll put out a kind of a camera that kind of shows the site, the site progress. So they can see, we're going to put the shovel in the ground, and then they can start to see the structure of the building, the development of the parking lot, all the, the landscaping, the entities around that. And we'll also provide, a lot of different content as relates to where we're at with the project, when we're expect to be done, other milestones along the way. So that's going to be our method to communicate with the community. We're going to be sharing that. We'll be doing pushing that message out, like I said, via social media, hopefully through some of our news outlets, and then we can just keep everybody updated in that manner. We always welcome the opportunity to come back to this group and share project updates if you have questions, or if you have community members within your respective district that they reach out to you as the alderman. We welcome you to pass those along to us, because we want to make sure this community is well informed on this project, and that Carl is designing this in the mind of them as our patients and people who we serve. So in conclusion, we think, once again, this is a great project that's going to help us maximize the medical resources within the community in the city of Danville. We hope and we know that it will spur economic and community development. And at the end, hopefully that should improve the social determinants of health. Hopefully we see income levels, food insecurity decrease, access to housing, all those other things that happen when you can start to revitalize a underserved neighborhood. And then, to finalize our comments, we are part of the community. This is important to us. We appreciate your time. We appreciate you guys' support for this project, both in the past and in the future. And we will welcome any questions you guys might have.
Alderman, do you have any questions for our partners at Carl?
Nope.
All right. Well, Caleb, team, we thank you all very much for coming to be with us today. If you could, please email us the presentation. We would like to have that for record, but also if it's acceptable to put it on our website, that way people can take a look at it. I think that the public would like to be able to go back and take a look at that and see what we have going on. So.
Yep, we'll share that with you, and then the video link, as well as we'll make sure you have the website link. So feel free to pass those along to any community member. Once again, we appreciate your guys' time and everything that you do for the city of Danville. So we appreciate your public service.
Okay.
Great. Thank you, guys. We appreciate you all a lot as well. Have a great evening, and look forward. Can't wait to get started. So.
Yep, you guys as well. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Wow, it's one thing to think about it, but to be able to kind of see things in a 3D way like that, I think that's going to be awesome. And, with between the new OSF and the design Sam and his team are working on to kind of, spruce up our roadways and sidewalks in the area, I think we're going to have a great welcome to town from both the west and the southwest parts of town, and it's going to be a good thing for us. And most importantly, we're going to have our healthcare from Carl united under one group with eventually additional services, et cetera. So that's pretty exciting. Zoning petitions, we do not have any this evening. However, we do have payrolls from February 19th and 26th of 2021. Is there a motion to approve those?
I'll make
Move
the
to
motion
approve.
And moved by Vice Chairman Streaming, seconded by Vice Chairman Brown. Any discussion or debate? Roll call vote, please.
Alderman Bouchard,
Yes.
Williams,
Yes.
Korea,
Yes.
Pickering,
Yes.
O'Kane,
Yes.
Iverson,
Yes.
Streeting,
Yes.
Ford,
You hear me?
Yeah.
okay, thanks. York,
Yes.
McMahon,
Yes.
Brown,
Yes.
Davis, Duncan, 11 yes.
11 yes, the motion carries. You also have before you the vouchers payable of February 23rd and March 2nd, as well as a special run from February 24th, 2021. Is there a motion to approve the payables?
Move for approval, McMahon.
Second, Streaming.
Been moved by Chairman McMahon, seconded by Vice Chairman Streaming. Any discussion or debate?
I have a quick question.
I do too.
Alderman York.
Okay, in comparison to the next, actually I compared to the March 2nd vouchers payable, but I had a quick question, and this may be typical, but on the third page, there were some very serious bus labor repairs, parts repairs, like in excess of $44,000. Is that a typical situation, or that's just occasional? Because I think the in March the cost was like $3,000. So yeah, I was just wondering about that.
That was a resolution that was passed. I'm sorry,
Oh.
Mayor. That was a resolution that was passed to get an engine replacement done.
Oh,
So,
understood.
yeah.
Okay, that's all I was interested in. Thank you.
Thank you,
Mayor?
Alderman. Yes, Alderman Pickering.
Yes, on the March 2nd, on page 3 of 4, I did talk to Logan about this. It's the 106, the CBG funds, the RC management, and he called and explained this to me, but I'd just like him to explain this too, so the people will know that this actually is not going to RC management.
Yeah. So you're going to see the actual landlords or mortgage companies in some circumstances where we're going to be issuing the checks to. We are having grant agreements signed from the actual applicants and the landlords for the issuance of rent assistance or mortgage assistance. So we're paying directly to the landlords this time around.
Okay, thank you.
Alderman Pickering, unfortunately, what we found, although the vast majority of people were earnest and they did what they were supposed to when we issued the checks directly to them to help with their rent and or mortgage assistance, unfortunately, some people were taking it and partying and not paying the bills. So this is just essentially us, as Logan said, making sure that the bills are paid, because otherwise, who are they going to come run into when they get thrown out? It's going to be us looking for help again. So we're just making sure people are properly taken care of.
Right, good. Glad. Thank you.
Yes. Any other questions? All right, roll call vote, please.
Alderman Williams.
Yes.
Prono?
Yes.
Pickering,
Yes.
O'Kane,
Yes.
Iverson,
Yes.
Streeting,
Yes.
Ford,
Yes.
York,
Yes.
McMahon,
Yes.
Brown,
Yes.
Davis, Duncan, Pashard,
Yes.
11 yes.
11 yes, the motion carries. At this time, we will receive our Public Works Committee report. Chairman Poor.
Thank you, Mayor. We will meet next Tuesday via Zoom, 6 p.m. And that's it.
All right, does anyone have any questions for Director Carpenter or Director, any comments you'd like to make?
Yes, I'd just like to let the council know that we did receive a voucher for little in excess of a little over 900,000 for the EPA grant that Sam Cole had applied for the bridge and sewer work out there on Denmark.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
That's all I've got at this time.
All right. Thank you. Thank you, Chairman. Thank you, Director.
Yeah.
At this time, we'll receive our Public Services Committee report. Chairman McMahon.
Okay, the first thing we need to do is accept and place on file the treasurer's report for September of 2020.
Move.
Do
Approve.
we just need a voice?
Is voice vote on that? Okay.
Is that a voice vote on that?
Yes.
That was moved by Vice Chairman Brown. Who was the second? We didn't hear a second. I'm sorry.
I'll second.
Seconded by Vice Chairman Strebe. Any discussion or debate? Roll call, Madam Clerk. Oh, voice.
Yes, those voice vote. Okay, so all in favor?
Aye.
Okay. And no same sign? Okay. Pass it and placed on file. Item B is an ordinance authorizing the purchase of real property from a Romaine County trustee. So I'd like to,
Second.
thank you.
I'll second.
So it was moved by Alderman Brown,
Yes.
second by Alderman Streaming. And I think, Sam, are you here so that you can let us know why we're doing that?
I don't think he's on.
Well, I'm actually, this is
Oh, Eric?
Eric. I'm Eric Childers, Assistant City Engineer, sitting in for Sam. He's out the rest of the week. This is a small right-of-way
purchase that came available, and we felt that we should get control of it so that any future development in the Stonegate subdivision can be extended. That Stonegate Drive, I believe it is the name of it, that would be extended south so that we wouldn't have any barriers. For some reason, when they platted it originally, that was not platted right away. And so it creates what we call a spite strip or something that would we'd have to go in there and condemn it. So Sam was astute enough to see that it was available. So we took the opportunity to go ahead and get it purchased here.
Thank you, Eric. Anybody have any questions? Any more questions for Eric? Okay. Roll call vote, please.
Alderman Troya,
Yes.
Pickering,
Yes.
O'Kane,
Yes.
Iverson,
Yes.
Streeting,
Yes.
Ford,
Yes.
York,
Yes.
McMahon,
Yes.
Brown,
Yes.
Davis, Duncan, Pashard,
Yes.
Williams,
Yes.
11 yes.
11 yes, the motion carries.
Thank you very much. Item C is an ordinance authorizing the sale of real estate at 649 Section Street at a private sale. Eric, could you bring everybody else up to date on this also?
Chairman, we do need a motion to get it on the floor.
Yes. So move.
Second, York.
Been seconded by Vice Chairman Brown, and it's
It
been
was moved by,
Brown and seconded by Alderman.
Alderman York.
Thank you. Go ahead, Eric. I'm sorry about that.
No, it's quite all right, Mayor. This is a piece of property that extends from Section Street all the way to where Collett would end, right, I guess would be to the north and west of the railroad tracks there. This was purchased or acquired sometime back during the Fairchild Overpass project by the past administration, thinking that if Collett ever got extended, we'd have control over it. And somebody, I think it's Eric Trigula, decided that he wanted to buy it, and so we looked at it and decided, yeah, it's worth just selling it off now.
Chairman,
And
he owns the property there to the north, and so it would be extending his business property, to fence it off and such, so that people didn't have access to the other side of his property.
Thank you, Mayor.
Yes, ma'am.
Are there any questions for the mayor or for Mr. Childers? Okay, roll call vote, please.
Alderman Pickering,
Yes.
O'Kane,
Yes.
Iverson,
Yes.
Streeting,
Yes.
Ford,
Chairman, we couldn't hear you.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
York,
Yes.
McMahon,
Yes.
Brown,
Yes.
Davis, Duncan, Pashard,
Yes.
Williams,
Yes.
Troya,
Yes.
11 yes.
11 yes, the motion carries.
Thank you. And the next two, I believe, go together, do they not, Mayor? Isn't one the engineering for the other?
Yes, that's correct.
Okay, so if it please everybody, we could take items D and E together. One is an ordinance authorizing a purchase of real estate for Poland Road Pump Station. The other is approving professional services agreement with Fairgram Engineering and Environmental for that same property. If I could have a motion, please.
Floor makes motion.
Second.
Thank you. Any discussion or debate? Maybe Eric might want to chime in on this a little bit.
Sure. This property is adjacent to the Poland Road Pump Station. It's been up for sale for quite a number of years. It is a vacant lot, and we have a lot of erosion that's happening in that drainage way, and we have a hard time accessing the sanitary force main and gravity sewer, and we need to do something in the future. So we thought it'd be in the best interest of the city to acquire that property and try to have control that we can have flexibility to relocate that sewer and the force main so it's more accessible in the future. So, and then of course, prior to selling or for buying it, we want to get a environmental phase 1, phase 2 performed on the property to ensure there's no environmental issues with the property.
Okay, thank you.
How big an area of property are we talking there, Eric?
I believe it's, let's see here, let me double check here. I'm looking at the legal description, trying to find an area here. I should know that, but I want to say it's it's probably around 5 acres.
Okay.
5 acres or less. I should know that, but I don't have that in front of me. I apologize.
Is the contamination could be bad enough that this would have to be abandoned, or is the contamination not that bad?
We don't believe that the contamination, unless something comes up that we're not aware of, but originally the ditch had been rerouted back in the 70s, and there's been a lot of fill put in on this property over the years. And we just want to ensure that whatever fill material that was put there was clean fill material. So that's why we want to do our due diligence to ensure that that it is environmentally safe and clean. If not, we've got it written in there that if there is some issues, then we can back out on purchasing the property.
Okay, thank you.
Chairman, I think Logan might have something to add as well.
Yeah, I didn't want Ross Grimes to get off the hook here. He's on this video Zoom call tonight, and you're going to be seeing quite a few more of these properties kind of unravel on the agendas, and hopefully in the next year. And I was hoping he can describe the process of the phase 1 and 2 and what the importance is to do them before acquiring a property.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, can you hear me?
Yep.
Hopefully you can hear me. All right, excellent, excellent. Thanks for having me. As far as environmental assessments are concerned in the due diligence period, phase 1 is really it's a history project. We're going back and looking into the prior uses of the property and making some determinations as to whether or not recognized environmental conditions exist. So the question about how bad is the contamination, the phase 1 kind of sets the stage for that to understand what's actually happening out on the property. And then the phase 2 is the physical drilling and sampling and laboratory analysis to tell us what type of contaminants might be there and how bad they might be if they are present. So we compare everything against the state standards to really get a handle on that. The purpose of the phase 1 and the phase 2 for environmental due diligence is obviously good practice for the city, but there are also legal liability protections built into doing a phase 1. So as the city begins to acquire some of these properties that are questionable as far as what kind of materials are on the site, if they're gas stations or dry cleaners or these fill sites, a phase 1 is crucial in developing and establishing CERCLA liability protection. So that means the federal government, US EPA, would say, do you have a phase 1 in hand? Do you have phase 2? Understanding what the obligations are on the property, and if so, then the city wouldn't be subject to enforcement on a site like that if it were carried to that point. So there's legal CERCLA liability protections that are built into the phase 1 and phase 2, and then there's also a second piece to this phase 2 where Sam and I had talked about, understanding the materials and how, if there are contaminants, what we would end up doing as far as handling those contaminants in soils and groundwater, and then how those contaminants in soils and groundwater can be disposed of appropriately. So there's kind of a twofold to this phase 2 that we're doing. It's understanding what's there, and then also helping the city understand what might need to happen as far as waste generation on that site for future construction.
So whatever
Thank you very much, Ross.
Whenever you hear phase 1 and phase 2, y'all, that's what we're talking about. Understanding what's going on and making sure that we limit or eliminate our liability if at all possible. So
that's right.
That was very informative. Thank you very much, Russ. Appreciate that.
You're very
Was.
welcome. Yeah.
Thanks for passing the buck, Logan.
Yeah.
Does anybody have any more questions for Eric or Logan or Ross? Okay, with no questions, can we have a roll call vote, please?
Yes. Alderman O'Kane,
Yes.
Iverson,
Yes.
Streeting,
Yes.
Moore,
Yes.
York,
Yes.
McMahon,
Yes.
Brown,
Yes.
Davis, Duncan, Pritchard,
Yes.
Williams,
Yes.
Proya,
Yes.
Pickering,
Yes.
11 yes.
11 yes, the motion carries.
Carries. And item F is a resolution appropriating MFT funds for the maintenance of streets. And I believe Sam sent us out some preliminary maps. I think he did. Can we have a motion to put it on the floor, please?
So move.
Second.
Second.
Any questions for Eric, Logan, the mayor? Okay, with no questions, can we have a roll call vote, please?
Vice Mayor Iverson,
Yes.
Alderman Streeting,
Yes.
Ford,
Yes.
York,
Yes.
McMahon,
Yes.
Brown,
Yes.
Davis, Duncan, Pritchard,
Yes.
Williams,
Yes.
Proya,
Yes.
Pickering,
Yes.
O'Kane,
Yes.
11 yes.
11 yes, the motion carries.
Motion carries. Okay, and items of information, we'll be meeting fourth Tuesday, 6 o'clock.
Thank you. Chairman Porter, do you have a question?
I just, there were some public works items on the Public Services Committee. We've been, due to timeliness of things needing to get done is why we've tried to move things forward to the full council. So, not trying to hide anything, but Chairman McMahon and myself, and we communicate, and if we need to move something to Public Works or to Public Services, we do so to bring to the full council.
Yes, and I appreciate your cooperation with that, Chairman Poor.
Thank you.
Thank you, Chairman. Item 13, items of information. COVID-19 update and discussion on pandemic. We continue to become vaccinated throughout the county, which is a good thing. We have all of our DMT and police and fire folks who have wanted to be vaccinated, have been vaccinated, or are in the process of being vaccinated. When they open up 1C, that's when those of us who haven't been vaccinated would be eligible to be vaccinated. I have got a preliminary list of folks who are interested. If you have not yet been vaccinated, but you wish to be vaccinated, Alderman, please let me know. You just send me an email or whatnot. What I'm trying to do is kind of like we did with police and fire, to get a list of folks or a number of folks who are ready. So that way, when it comes to 1C, we can partner with the health department to be prepared for that, and that we can get you all vaccinated as soon as possible. So I just wanted to share that update. The vaccination shortage has ended, thankfully. It's the health department intends to vaccinate at least 600 people a week over the next few weeks of this month. So that is a good thing. As a reminder, always make sure that you wear your mask in public places, social distance from those who are not in your party, and make sure you wash your hands. As Chairman McMahon always tells us, make sure you wash your hands often and make sure you wash them well. Also, avoid large gatherings if at all possible. So, yes, Chairman Poor.
Walgreens is actually doing pretty well. I finally got my mom's an appointment for tomorrow. Carl still doesn't have vaccine as of yesterday, but health department, I think, is getting more in. And thank goodness with Johnson & Johnson coming out, we might be able to get a lot more people vaccinated.
Thank you, Chairman. Also, I didn't know if you guys see that, but Chairman Poor had a cute little grandbaby on his lap there. I talked to Mrs. Poor last night, and she said when she has to work, that he's on grandbaby duty. So
It's wearing me out, Mayor. I mean, it's been 30-some years since I had a baby.
you thought the honey-do list was tiring. That is nothing compared to a little 2 or 3 year olds. So.
They're the best, though.
Yes.
Other items of information for the good of the cause?
Okay, I believe Alderman Williams' little grandson, he was waving at everybody a couple of times.
Yeah.
He
I was
was
going to
just,
say, there was a really good looking guy in Alderman Williams' screen a while ago.
Yeah, he wants to steal the camera.
we see each other's faces, so it's good to see these grandbabies. I enjoy this.
I think it's great.
It's really nice. Also, I think someone's dog tried to vote a couple of times. So.
Yeah.
That was mine. Sorry about that.
Oh, no. It was okay. It was all right. The promotions that will be made tomorrow are Jerry Sparks and Tim Heinrichs to Assistant Chief, Lieutenant McMahon to, not McMahon, goodness, Lieutenant O'Kane to Captain O'Kane, and then Chad Busick from officer to lieutenant. So wanted to make sure I got that was right. Lisa was correct about the final promotion. So.
And Mayor, that's at 9 o'clock tomorrow morning?
Yes, sir. 9 o'clock here in council chambers. Of course,
Okay.
Please wear masks when you come.
Okay.
All
Well,
right.
Mayor, I've got one other thing. I had a constituent call me about Mary Day. Did they get a hold of you?
Yes, sir.
Okay. I told him to get a hold of you and we'd work something out on that. So.
Yes. And
Okay.
what I told them was I thought it might be a great idea, leave a legacy tree, something like that.
Yes. Yeah.
Vice Chairman, I was thinking especially, Ellsworth Park, now that we have the disc golf and the new playground, is getting a lot of use. So those of you who don't know, Mrs. Day was a longtime president of the Vermilion Heights Neighborhood Association. Unfortunately, she passed away. She was a wonderful woman. She worked her tail off for the people in the neighborhood. So to Mr. Day and the Day family, we send our love and our regards, and please know that you're in our prayers. But yes, that's so he plans to talk to Steve Lane when he gets back next week. So
Okay. Thank you, Mayor.
yes, sir. Any other items of information for the good of the cause? All right, seeing none. Oh, I'm sorry, was there?
Alderman, this is Alderman Williams, Mayor. I'm a little concerned about the amount of trash being dumped by residents throughout the city. Mainly in Ward 1, I see just bags of garbage dumped along the street. I'm hoping that we can get the word out to people to do a little bit better than that, and somehow or another clean that up. It's just terrible.
Okay, when you have something like that, Alderman, please make sure that you call Public Works and they'll do their best to get around there and get things picked up.
She'll go get it.
Oh no, we're not letting the baby play in the trash. That could be bad business. Any other items of information for the good of the cause? All right, having satisfied the agenda, I would entertain a motion to adjourn.
Motion made.
Is there a second?
Second.
York.
Second. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
We are adjourned. Thanks, everyone. Have a wonderful week and be safe out there.
Be
You
safe.
too. Bye-bye.
Good night, everybody.